Season 3, round 6 here in Monaco. I guess qualifying its own stream for this week because my internet cannot handle it. Ignoring that though.
As we have formation up. Would you like to run us through the grid order?
Yes, sure. So Cashman will be starting on pole position. It will be TM Ducky in P2. Riceman will be starting
Spirit
in
just randomly
P3.
stopped. I feel like him and Speedy will be reset. There we go.
El Poder F1 in, and that's going to put Cashin and El Poder F1 to the grid. Ferricin is P5. Rossi P6. And so it goes P7. Max Mulder P8. White Claw P9. Jofi P10. Trigger P11. Buller P12. Shadowhunter in P13. Bunnies P14. Spirit P15. Speedy P16. Neek P17. And the Norwegian boy in 18th place.
Okay, I think I have some inside knowledge on what happened to Bunnies during quali.
Neek's been kicked from the league as well, which is questionable. During the formation lap.
Why?
Do you think you'd wait until after the race? I don't actually know.
Harsh.
Yeah, if you're going to kick someone, you don't kick them during the weekend. That's silly, because now they're going to try and cause carnage. Because that's what a previous driver did. We gave him a, I think it was a race ban for what he did. I've got a couple of viewers already. Thank you, Leon. My internet is indeed great. We got a boost the other day, like a massive increase in my internet. And I checked my PS4 today, see how much it increased it, and it actually decreased it by about half. Luckily, I'm getting an Ethernet cable tomorrow, so...
You gotta love Virgin Media.
Yeah, honestly, it is, it's so utterly terrible. I'm not that far away from my internet router, but... Back to the racing.
Into the wall at that corner.
Okay, and the game started. And I'm guessing lights are messed up, yes they are. As we prepare, revs begin to rise, and it's lights out and away we go. Cashin gets a good start, but Riceman's managed to get up the inside. They're free wide into turn 1. That's not going to end well. As Riceman forced over the curb, Ducky goes to the lead of the race. That's a great start there from him. Cashin in P2, will he challenge, as that is Ferricin with a good start there. In terms of the championship, Ferricin is in a great position now to try and take the fight to, and so it goes. Well, that is a big contact. There's a crash behind. Big White Claw's involved. White Claw is backwards there. And looks like he hasn't collected too many people. Spirit in the barriers with major damage. And that'll be a 10-second time penalty for White Claw.
Spirit sends it on Bunnies.
Wheel to wheel behind into Mirabeau. As into the hairpin, looks fairly clean for the hairpin at least. As whoa, White Claw sending up the inside there of the hairpin.
El Poder and Ferricin making a bit of contact into Portier.
As they head
now
through
very
the
close
tunnel.
to the back of Ducky.
El Poder going around, trying to go around the outside.
Sent it. Cashin for the lead here.
And almost squeezed into the barrier there. As El Poder wheel to wheel here with Ferricin as they head towards the back. Neither's giving up, and that'll end in carnage. Yep, it will, as that is El Poder into the barrier.
Between me and Dammers.
As over the chicane, El Poder somehow doesn't look like they have damage, but that could just be the spectator glitch where they don't see damage.
Cashin is all over the back of Ducky now.
Cashin looks like they're easily quickest driver today. They do indeed.
Through a yellow flag, that's White Claw.
And a White Claw, this is not what they wanted. Further down the order, as Cashin does keep it to the back of Ducky. Now it's Monaco, it's very hard to pass around here, so they have to really go for the move up the hill now.
No.
Just watching the back of TM Ducky, just trying to see where they make mistakes, try and work out where they can capitalise on their weaker sections of the track, and also focusing on where they can make the move, sort of seeing if there's a corner where they lose a lot of time, think about how can I set up that corner to give me the best chance. But looks like Cashin has dropped back a bit from Ducky at this stage, as it looks like we're now settling down into the typical Monaco quietness. As I say that, El Poder is all over the back of Ferricin. Best chance getting past around here is up the inside of the chicane, so if I was Ferricin I'd be blocking that inside, otherwise this can happen. El Poder up the inside. and makes the squeezing Ferguson all over the curb. Oh, that's close. As Anto goes, getting the both of them.
Anto goes to hit the wall. Oh, he's got damage.
Big crash. And so it goes into the barriers. Contact there with Ferguson.
Yeah,
and that is
wing damage. Oh, very, very
two crucial title contenders there. The top two in the championship coming together. And for the second time this week, and so it goes is driving around Monaco with damage.
Ferguson has damage as well.
Riceman is actually quick driver on track at the moment. Oh, it's a wheel-to-wheel crash on the inside of the lead. Ducky falls into the wall.
Bit squirrely on the exit there. And there's a big pile-up. Big pile-up. That's Spirit and Bunnies.
Bunnies, Neek involved as well. Oh no, Neek is not. As that is not what you want to see. Whiteclaw still way back. As Riceman all over the back of Ducky now. His turn to try and make some moves around here in the streets of Monaco. As it's close.
Remember,
it's really close.
Got pole on soft tyres.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? And so it goes now. He's holding up most of the pack with barely there a front wing. No elements on the right and a couple elements on the left, but still severely damaged. He'll pit at the end of this lap to just be able to avoid the rules. As for a sin, this is now, and so it goes with damage. However, Trigger, I must say, I know he has the penalty, but he's surprisingly so far. He's doing quite a good job. Coming through the chicane, because the championship, it is still all to play for. We are not halfway, we're just over, I think we're about a third of the way through the season now. Over a third of the way through the season. And it is looking like the championship. Oh, Max up the inside and he's hit Ferguson. Trigger, he's gone up the inside there of Max. And Anto goes, does pit as expected. Oh, there's contact as Max now pits. What is going on in the streets of Monaco? I mean, I'm not surprised. In no way am I surprised, as that is very quick from the Virtuosi team to get out there.
I've just realised. Oh, sorry,
wheel to wheel.
Potter and Riceman.
Oh, it's close. As Ducky's right in front of them. They're trying to get Ducky, and it's backed them into each other. As they're heading through Casino Square now down towards Mirabeau. El Poder up the inside. And is he going to get the position? It looks like he is. The issue with Hare was they looked like they were having a great battle, but they had to be careful not to hit Ducky, who is clearly struggling at this stage in the race. Cashin's already got a 4-second lead.
I think the Tridents may have made a big mistake. They're doing the alternate strategy around Monaco.
You know what? So far it's paying off. So far it is indeed paying off.
Well, but if you think when all the other drivers are on fresh soft and their softs are old, they're going to get swamped. And yeah. It's Monaco.
But look at who they're the ones that the quickest at the moment. Trigger's gained 5 places. Neek has gained 8. Biggest loser at the moment is Whiteclaw, having a tough all race. But yeah, as Ducky gets the penalty, Ducky is really struggling at the stage. They're quite good quali pace, but the race pace so far has not been there. Ducky just gonna have to defend his way to the finish.
El Poder has been very fast.
Yeah, surprisingly a lot. 2 reserves, well, one was a reserve and now full-time for Carlin, which is Cashin, and El Poder a reserve, doing great jobs in their El Poder, I believe this is their second event, the same for Cashin.
El Poder has had a great exit off the Sandboard, trying to go around the outside again.
Can they pull it off? Around the outside, and what a move! That's amazing stuff there, as clean as you can get around Monaco, that was. That was just outstanding to watch. As they now make their way up to the P2.
There's a bit of debris at Razcas, so watch out for that.
As Whiteclaw, penalty there. Oh, I think it's just a lag hit. I just saw at the hairpin there.
Oh, Whiteclaw has sent it. Oh, he had a slight look at Speedy.
They head down towards turn 1. Whiteclaw, will he go for the move?
And Max.
He hangs back, sensible. Oh no! Wide goes Speedy, and that allows Whiteclaw through.
That's a great. That car's beautiful for Speedy, in my opinion.
In the points at the moment, and so it goes, is in 10th place, final points position. Neek in 9th. Reverse grid pole at the moment is Buller, who is having a strong drive with some wing damage, but is doing the alternative strategy. And so far it's working. He needs to hope for a late race. Oh, as he hits the wall. He needs to hope for a late race safety car, really, to really pull him into the fight up front. If he can pit under safety car, that'd be perfect for him, and perfect for his teammate, Trigger. Trigger having a very strong race at the moment. It looks like he's just being cautious. He's not making any silly moves, being very sensible.
Ooh,
and yes, he is.
Buller has... Oh, no, sorry. Pit.
Good job, lad. Good job. Neat
It's
up
because
in
I
our
was on
place.
race director and suddenly just saw Buller go up and I was like, wait. But do you want no penalties?
Go for it, as Rossi gets a penalty.
Cashin, no penalties but 3 warnings. El Potter, 1 penalty. Ducky, 1 penalty. Bryceman, no penalties. Trigger, 1 penalty. Jofi, no penalties. Buller, no penalties. Neek, no penalties. Neek's in P8.
On a very strong drive.
No penalties. Max, no penalties. Shadowhunter, no penalties. Breveson, 1 penalty. White Claw, 1 penalty. Speedy Carrots, no penalties. Norwegian Boy, no penalties. Bunnies, 1 penalty. Spirit, 1 warning, sorry.
As Trigger's sorry to butt in, Trigger has just got a...
Rossi.
Trigger has just got a another 3-second time penalty. He doesn't, when you go on board with Trigger, he doesn't look quick, but he looks safe, if you know what I mean. It's like he's taking it very, very cautiously. Like, he is...
Monaco.
Yeah, he's going nowhere near the barriers, he is giving them a lot of room. So you can see why he perhaps struggled in qualifying as Riceman pits now. And I believe Trigger is the lead car on the soft tires. White Claw, 3-second time penalty, corner cutting, I believe there.
If a penalty comes out, he's gonna be laughing though. If towards like around lap 14.
Is El Poda catching Cashin? That's my question at the moment. They look fairly stable. As was that, did I just go on board as? Yeah, I believe I just went on board as El Poda made a mistake there. They looked a bit slow. Ducky dropping back, but at least Ducky feels a bit safer now because he's got Trigger behind him. And Trigger's playing it very safe. He's going along, he's going to try and keep it out the barriers, try and gain the positions in the early stint, and then just defend his way to the finish, I'm guessing. As he's all over that curb there, you can see...
Will Cashin pit?
Let's see, no. Will El Poda go for the undercut then? Try and take the lead of this race? They do not either. Will Ducky
What about
pit?
Ducky?
Yes, they do.
Jackson,
an undercut. Yes.
Can you send C1 on PlayStation your Mercedes image, please?
I can indeed. So sorry everyone for the blue screen, Charlie. You'll have to do it. Be like it's radio commentary now. Because my internet is not apparently able to send someone a message and the stream at the same time. So I'll do that after the race, so that's okay. Sorry about that. But I'll have to wait until the stream ends because my internet is just that good. As the gap between Alpoda
Bunnies and Norwegian Boy side by side through the last corner, that will never work, and that is damage for the Norwegian Boy.
It's very close down the straight. Around Monaco, you always feel as
and
there! Oh, he's up in the air! Big crash. Spirit's in it as well.
Cars going off.
That was never going to work out well. That was never going to work. Spirit,
Everybody
Norwegian Boy,
doing some little bunny hop.
Bunnies, yeah.
Bunny's doing a bunny hop.
Yes. Rossi down in P18. Enough a miserable race for him. As that's Cashin and El Poda in the pit lane. Trigger will inherit the lead here. Actually, will he though? Is he too far back? He will not take the... I know he will. He'll just take the lead. Oh, this could affect Cashin. Cashin is going to be stuck behind Trigger here. Buller will get up into P3.
Yeah, but El Poda will be stuck behind Riceman and Riceman.
Yes.
Riceman.
Oh, he's undercut him.
Undercut.
Riceman did look quicker. Looks like he just got caught out behind Ducky, which is why he lost out. And now in clean air, looks like he's had a strong undercut there to get the position over El Poda F1. As that is Neek in the pit lane now as well. But Trigger leads the feature race here. Cashin all over the back of him. Cashin has a strong full-time debut here.
Speedy Carrots boxing. Bunnies will have to box. All Norwegian Boy has no wing at all now. I did completely just skip that corner. Spirit with not much wing either.
Or having a look.
Let's have a look. How long do you think a pit stop is? 22 seconds?
I'd maybe a bit longer. Obviously, after you pit stops being quite long.
Well, if it's 25 seconds, Clint will come out P9.
Yeah, if we go 25, that's probably about right. But he will be on those super soft tyres as we see
But
Cashin
Cashin-
go to the outside now. Oh, is his contact trigger's gone? And he's
Clint, that was
major
your
damage
fault.
to the wing. And what has happened there? Who was at fault, would you say?
That was Trigger's fault.
Ah, shame to see it, but Trigger now had major damage. And I'm sure Buller will be hearing a lot about it at the moment, as they usually go into part as, yeah, Trigger does let him through. And in the process also lets Riceman through and El Poder F1 through. Ducky, bit too far back at the moment. Oh, but that's big instant down at turn 1. And as you said, yeah, from my view, it looks like Trigger didn't leave enough room. Because Cashin had to move right, because the barrier comes to the right. So, Cashin had to move to the right slightly.
I'm gonna go on his stream.
I want to turn the volume down.
I'll mute him on.
Okay. So, Trigger down in P5 at the moment. Ducky will probably catch him before the end of this lap. Trigger strategy thrown out the window. I said Trigger had to drive carefully. So that's Riceman and El Poder battling. Oh, El Poder getting a big swapper on there. Trying to get past Buller in the long term here. Buller, I believe, with still a bit of wing damage. But now is the lead Trident car. And so it goes. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Going to see a lot. This race, I'm sure, other than the winner, which looks certain to be Cashin, this race could well be decided on penalties. As we now begin lap 11, the lap of silence. So we'll go silent for this lap. So that was the lap of silence for remembering 9/11, which happened 19 years ago. So Cashin now leading the race by 10 seconds. Buller in P3 still looks like he's just nursing that car with wing damage and with those starting to get very worn tyres, I imagine. Riceman getting ahead of Buller has helped him out a lot there, because El Poder will get stuck behind.
Watching Clint's stream.
Yes.
I let him know from my perspective it was his fault while he was in the pit lane. And his reaction was, how the F was my fault? How the F was that my fault? Come on, man.
Well, we'll have to review, but I would have to agree with you. From the outside perspective, I couldn't see how that could have been
I was
Cashin's
on
fault.
board with Cashin.
That's the perspective we need, so like maybe record your last share then save the video clip. As I'll check out a few comments. Carl saying, hey, Buller has been complaining about Speedy and has damage. Matt made a really stupid late call to the pit. Caused Joe to slam the brakes and left Buller with no chance and just went into the back. As we head back to
actually,
racing.
Clinton has damage. He has yellow damage on the right side of his wing.
Already
just
after
pit
pitting.
Exit.
As was
On
that
the pit exit, he kind of hit the right wall.
Oh, that's El Poder around. He's spun. Looks like maybe contact with Buller. I saw that just before as he's now reversing back up the hill. Now he's going to pull up. Oh, I thought he was going to pull up as he's pitting. Spirit retires from the session in the pit lane. As I just caught I just started to see the start of that, and I couldn't get back around. I thought it was trigger at the time. Couldn't get back around to Buller. As it does look like El Podo had a penalty there, probably speeding the pit lane.
Okay, let me quickly get this clip. You commentate.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. So yeah, Cashin continues to lead now by 11.6 seconds. In terms of the championship, Buller will gain a few points on Ansokos here, but Ansokos has had a solid drive. Actually, Buller won't, because Ansokos will get him in the... Oh, that is a ART, not an ART, sorry, that's an Arden that had spun. I believe that was the either White Claw or the Norwegian boy. Let's have a look. It was indeed the Norwegian boy, as he's back going again now. But in terms of the championship, I hate to say it. Oh, and that was lag. You love to see it. But in terms of the championship, nothing against Anso it goes. But in the terms of having a championship fight, looks like Anso it goes is sadly going to pull out more of a lead. I doubt that we'll quite ever see a title championship go down to the wire like Season 1 did. But I hope so. I hope we can see that again sometime in the future.
Looking at it again, I think it's stressed.
Could I see the clip?
If anyone's fault, it's Clint's.
Okay, as we have a virtual safety car on the track.
This could suit Buller here.
This could, as he does pit.
As he's in the pit exit now.
Where will he come in? He's going to come
out
out.
P9.
So he could get into reverse grid pole. I believe White Claw has to pit still.
Yes, White Claw pit lap 1.
So yeah, White Claw has to pit again. So White Claw will lose out there. So Buller will go up to P8.
Okay, I've sent you the clip.
I'm gonna look now. Oh, it's 100% Trigger's fault. 100%. It reminds me of what Tim did to me in Soft Tires F2. A very similar thing. As we go green again, and that's Shadow Hunter spinning at turn 1. That could end. And yep, I had a feeling that was going to end badly. But the car is stuck in the middle of the track there.
Cashin!
Wait, Cashin's hitting.
I don't think she has damage, but it definitely slowed her down.
It was her, definitely. So they've hit Shadow Hunter and it's retired Shadow Hunter. No, look
Shadow
at the gap.
Hunter has just stopped.
Shadow Hunter retired as a result of the contact. And yes, she must have damage. Look, it isn't visible, but look how wide she went. The gap is dropping. Or does she? It's hard to tell around Monaco. She doesn't visibly have damage, for sure. But you just have to see. I'm going to go on board, see if we can sense anything.
Trigger is... No, he's too far back.
Oh. Buller is now up into Rusker Pole. As Cashin doesn't look too bad, actually. Does still look like she's got a wing. I'll have to wait until the higher speed corners to get a good feeling of it. And if there is damage, it's minor. Yeah.
And actually, this happened last season. We had Campos doing very well round here. Didn't they get a 1-2 in the sprint race?
It was a 1-2 in the sprint race, yeah. You're correct there. As Manu believes that we will have a girl in F1 next season. Well, this is her first race, so it's going to be tough for her to get into the top 5. Missing 5 races, but it's not impossible. By no means impossible. If she shows this pace everywhere, then she definitely can. And it's good to see another...
This pace in other races that I've seen her...
It's good to see another sort of super quick driver making their way through. Because sort of at this stage, sort of the lower, like the playoff race is going to be fairly close from the top F2 to the lower F1. It's going to be very close. Whereas in previous seasons, we've seen the F2 be quite a bit quicker than the lower F1. And we want to see more drivers who can challenge for Top League F1 titles making their way through. So it's good to see Cashin having a very strong full-time debut. Raceman P2, Ducky P3. Ducky's had a surprisingly strong race after that. Obviously got into the lead, would have been hoping to keep that.
I'm having a phone call, I'll be right back.
Okay. And so it goes in P4. Good for the championship this race, very good for the championship. As he will extend his lead. Bullet in P6 at the moment, and on the supers, so you'd imagine he's going to only pull ahead there. I believe he may have just passed Freversin, because Freversin very close to the back of him on much worse tyres. El Poder F1 with the fast lap of the race. They can get into the top 10, which they could well do. Only 3.5 seconds off. As that is yellow flag, and that is Rossi, who has spun on the main straight. And that will be their teammate, as narrowly avoided Riceman there. Rossi about to be lapped by his teammate. Wouldn't expect to see that at the start of the season. Because Rossi going into the season was arguably one of the many favourites for the championship, or at least one of the favourites to be fighting for the title. To remind you of who those sort of were, my expectations were Trigger, Buller, Riceman, Rossi, and Freversin. They're sort of my expectations for title fighters. But instead, it is, and so it goes, Freversin, Buller, Max, an outside shot at the title, and Rossi's nowhere to be seen. After a strong, he showed strong pace in Bahrain, just spent most of the race facing the wrong way. As this has been a typical Monaco race, lots of crashes.
He's close to Trigger now.
Yes, on better tyres. Oh, bit of a slide coming out the final corner there for White Claw.
Cashin is pulling away from Riceman now, though.
El Poder F1 is catching White Claw. As Riceman with a penalty.
I will check penalties now.
Okay,
so,
thank you.
Cashin from Cameroon has a penalty. 1. Riceman has 2 penalties. Ducky, 1 penalty. And so it goes. 1 penalty. Max Mulder, 1 penalty. Buller, 1 penalty. Freversin, 2 penalties. Jofi, 1 penalty. Trigger, oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4 penalties. And too many warnings. But White Claw, 1, 2, 3, 4 penalties as well. El Poder, 1, 2, and an invalidated lap time. So I don't know if he's got a penalty.
El Poder could get them then.
But I don't know if because sometimes if a penalty is an invalidated lap time, I don't know.
What lap was it invalidated?
Like lap 7 when she pit. I keep calling us him. Ah, sorry.
Speedy in P12 at the moment. Not a good race for them at the moment, as that's Ducky with no penalty. But looking pretty safe, and so it goes very far behind. I mean, it's getting to the stage now where Cashin could probably pit again and still win this race. It's not far off, to be honest. As 3 laps left in this Monaco race. It's been a very typical Monaco race. Lots of crashes, not many overtakes. Speaking of which, close battle here between White Claw and Trigger. White Claw always sends it up the inside of Trigger at Mirabeau. That was a bit questionable there. Looked like a very late lunge. So, I mean, if they complain about getting turned in on them, I wouldn't take any of it. Because that looked like a way too late of a lunge.
Don't do stupid moves on Trigger, he would get angry.
That wasn't my point, but my point was, it like, the move was too late for it to be sort of... If he had given you space, don't get me wrong, very nice guy. Like, if I see someone dive me, I'll try and sort of steer out a bit to give them a bit of room. Sometimes it's too late to give them room. And sometimes you're already sort of committed to the corner, so you have to keep steering. Like, especially at a corner like Mirabeau, you can't sort of steer out and back in at Mirabeau. It's not like it's not got any runoff area. As Trigger basically being pushed around the track at the moment, El Poder are pushing them both. But yeah, as El Poder, this could be a great move if they had pulled that one off then around the outside of Rascat. But towards turn 1 now, you've got to think Trigger's not going to be able to hold on much longer. And I'd say El Poder's got them both here. Oh, so much later on the brakes, nearly pushing them through the corners. This is painful to watch. If I'm El Poder, I'm thinking, try and figure out one where they're slowest, and maybe think where's White Claw going to go for the move. I wasn't thinking there, as White Claw gives it a go and now has damage. As what's going to happen here towards Mirabeau, El Poder going to the outside. That's brave. And there's the contact. I'm not surprised with that.
As he's knocked him round. Well, fair play there. But Cashin is right behind him here. So lads, if you would like to get out of the way of that review.
As yeah, that looked more El Poda's fault than White Claw's, to be honest. As White Claw now uses that lap to go, oh, sideways in the tunnel. That was insane there from El Poda. But it looked more. Oh, it's El Poda sends it. Oh, that's dangerous. That was silly. Just completely sends them over the corner. The penalty deserved there. Because White Claw hasn't made any attempt to back off and slow down.
Wait, did White Claw send it?
No, El Poda sent it on White Claw. But I'd say El Poda should get probably maybe a penalty for the collision with White Claw earlier on the exit of Mirabeau before that. Oh, it's up the inside of the final. Oh, that was never going to work. That was never going to work out. Getting desperate there, El Poda. No, it's not okay. They have the damage. Yeah, last lap has begun.
Cashin's just so far ahead that
the racing has just got crazy. But I would say El Poda more at fault for the Mirabeau incident because they're on the outside. They barely had their wheel alongside, so almost definitely should have backed out. Whereas, and arguably yes, White Claw could have given more room, but it's Monaco. That barrier sort of comes out at you.
Buller
it was right of way to White Claw.
Is very close to the back of Max and so it goes.
Oh, got another freeway scrap here, could we see?
And so it goes, only has one penalty, Max only has one as well. I think they're all on one penalty as well. No, Buller's got two, so that was it.
Doesn't really matter then.
Unless they take each other out.
That is true, that is true. If they do the White Claw and El Poda approach, which is there a gap? Maybe we'll chance it and just send it. I mean, El Poda sort of, I don't know whether they lost their mind on a couple of those moves, they're a bit questionable. Because they just were absolutely sending it from miles back. Which I thought Buller may have gone for into the hairpin there. But let's not talk about that battle.
She wins, becoming the first ever Torpedo League female winner, I believe.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah, what a drive from Cashin. Easily driver of that race.
El Poda gets White Claw over the line.
Oh, but yeah, that's amazing race there from Cashin.
P9.
That's their full-time debut.
Oh, and so it goes in Buller.
As they're battling. Oh, and that is a Carlin with a puncture there. That is neat with a puncture.
Oh, rib punctures are the worst things.
But yeah, Riceman P2, 21 seconds behind. Ducky P3.
Buller got and so it goes. On the
but it won't
corner,
matter. Will it matter on penalties though?
I don't think so.
It will.
Yes.
Buller P5 for Trident. And so it goes P6 for Sauber Junior. And yeah, Freversin P7, Jofi, and Jofi will definitely get it. So Jofi won the sprint race last time. They're starting from pole this time. You'd be silly to bet against them. I'll have a quick check of the comments. I'd give it to Cash in my opinion, but yeah, strong drive from Buller, definitely.
He's definitely one of the...
Yes. Yeah, crucial for Buller's championship that there. So, Cashin wins. Second is Riceman, I believe. Getting used by the Renault suit there. And then in third it was Ducky. Very strong drive from them.
Fast lap goes to El Poda. They do get the points. See, this is what... Oh wait, they were in the top 10. I'm pretty sure though, even if you're not in the top 10...
No, it goes to someone that was in the top 10. It goes to the fast lap in the top 10. Which is the system I prefer. Because when F1, there should be a set amount of points that you can get across the season. Like, from the start of the season, you should know at the end of the season how many points will be dished out. So
like,
I think...
To see anyone who could get the maximum points. But
yeah,
that won't ever happen though.
But no, my point is that you should know how many points will be given out across the season. You shouldn't have to see if the fastest laps are in the top 10 or not, and then calculate it. You should know going into the season.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Do
a
you
lot
like
of
the
penalties.
fastest lap point?
I do. I gives you that extra edge at the end of a race.
Especially in F2. Because if you think, it
I
makes
don't.
it
You don't
all
see.
a lot closer, because it
I
is
don't
2
actually
points.
see it that much in F2. I never notice it in F2.
Well, in league racing F2 it does.
Hmm. As you now prepare for the sprint race.
It's looking not. It's
Cars are
just
now
the
on the
pit
grid.
lane being gloomy.
It's 10 seconds now until the beginning of the formation lap. Around here in Monaco. Charlie, you can talk us through the grid this time.
Oh, I wonder if Flash will put me on her story. Anyway.
In other news.
Well, she's putting everybody that did their favourite F3 drivers, and I put her, so.
That's nice.
But anyway, grid rundown. Jofi, Forever Sin, and so it goes. Buller, Max Mulder, Ducky, White Claw, Speedy, Carrots, Frosty, Neek, Bunnies, Shadow Hunter, the Norwegian Boy, and finishing the grid is Spirit. But the Norwegian Boy's left, I think, or left out.
Still, are they showing on my screen?
They have a cross next to their name.
I can't actually see them, yeah, because they're behind everyone, I think.
If you do the rear view of Spirit, you can see.
Ah, yes. So, be prepared for a jump start in Monaco. From Norwegian Boy.
I'm ghosting things off. This is gonna be.
Nah, it won't. It will still ghost. It will still ghost. Don't worry. I hope. Oh no, it doesn't. Does it? Oh no, it doesn't in this. Does? Oh, I remember. What race was it? Was it Bahrain where Carl's AI jumped the start and hit the car in front of them? Okay, who will be in front of the grid? It'll actually be his teammate. Okay, so if the other Norwegian boy, if they jump the start, will it be Bunnies? Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, it's my bad. Yeah, because that is the other Norwegian. Ignore me, please. So Bunnies, if they hit you and it forces you to jump the start, do not just accelerate, because then we'll have to give you a penalty. If you stay still and wait for the lights to and wait for everyone else to go, then you won't get a penalty. I know you'll lose out, but at Monaco, is that the worst thing to happen, to get a bad start? If you're at the front of the pack, yeah, getting a bad start at Monaco is awful. But if you're near the back, it's actually a blessing in disguise. As the front runners begin to line up on the grid. Who's your favourite for the win?
Fredson or Jofi. It depends who gets to their start.
As we wait.
Why has all my telemetry disappeared?
I get that as well.
Oh no, the Norwegian boys made it through.
And they're off for the Monaco sprint
and
race.
He's in the middle of the grid.
Oh, big crash. Shadowhunter's been caught out there. But Jova gets a clean start, and so it goes up the inside there, wheel to wheel with Forever Sin as they come up the hill. A big crash. It's Riceman spinning his way up the hill, and safety car has been deployed there. Riceman was spinning up the hill then, and I'm not surprised by the safety car as Shadowhunter out of the race.
Codemasters.
Well, they were off for the Monaco sprint race for a few seconds.
That's 2 retirements. Oh, there's a
massive
big
crash. How has this happened?
That's on the safety car.
That's a huge crash. That's El Poda in the barriers. Rossi with a wheel missing. That is a massive crash. I'm guessing one of them has gone red on their Delta and had to pit. If this was real life, we'd be calling a red flag right now, for sure, because the track was completely blocked. But after the start, we'll see who's gained position and who's lost for them. Top 5 will stay in place. Trigger gained 3 places. Speedy has gained 5. 2 places gained for White Claw. Bunny's gained 5 places. Most places jumped off the start is actually Spirit gaining 6 places. Most places lost off the start is Ducky losing 8 places. But of course they were caught up in that crash. And obviously because they have no wing. So that I believe is the Mahavir Rakunathan car being Mahavir Rakunathan. I didn't see the crash, I don't know who caused it, but the fact that that car was involved in it, the Rakunathan car was involved, I feel like it was their fault. And also, you have to look at this.
Triggers in the pits.
Ooh, has he got damage?
Ring damage.
Loads of cars pitting.
Cashin
Not
did
surprised.
have damage. I did see that on her car.
Yeah, massive. Well, she has no wing. My best guess, and I don't want to call out people until I know who's done it. So I'm not going to say it was their fault. But my best guess for the viewers as to what may have happened is that the Ducky has gone red in his Delta. The reason why I'm saying Ducky is purely because they were the furthest up the field, so they would have been able to, if they had suddenly slammed on the brakes, so they were really red in their Delta, they would have collected most, because out of the cars that were stuck there, they were the ones that were furthest up the field.
Car, so.
Yeah, but I struggle to understand how a car that was in front of a crash could have been caught up in it. So I'm guessing it was the lead car that has broken too hard because of their red Delta, and cars have gone into the back of them, which is why Ducky is spun.
It's probably the game just giving him a red Delta compared to everybody else who is in.
No, it's if you push too hard, then it's like what happened to me in a previous race. I pushed too hard on my Delta and was getting a bit tight on it, so I had to slam on my brakes. Whereas usually you want to sort of keep it just green, just going at a sort of steady pace, so everyone else was going at a steady pace.
How low
and then
his
you
Delta
slam.
must he have been though?
Well, I don't know, but maybe a bit. All it had to be is red by 1/10 for the whole straight for him to have to slam on the brakes. Because it was just it.
Fair enough.
Because you panic when you start seeing that time drop. You panic. It's simple.
But we don't know that's happened, so.
No, we don't. It could be that one driver just continued to go flat out, wall rided, and took out half the field. I mean, it's unlikely, but we can't rule it out. But Jofi leads for the second season in a row. Jofi is leading the Monaco sprint race.
Mr. Monaco.
So, let's see. I've got a few comments. Who is that?
Maybe for a penalty. Cashin.
Interesting.
Oh,
I think it is physically impossible to do the double.
She's putting more super softs.
Ah, they must have put bad tyres on.
Yeah, but why would you put more super softs on for 12 laps?
Have you invited the Norwegian boy?
No, I haven't. I'm not in the chat. Can I be added to the chat as soon as I'm pretty much reserved?
Oh, you could be. But the reason why
How do you spell it?
Just the Norwegian boy, but with 2 eyes.
The... Not the Norwegian gamer, the Norwegian...
Well, I'm guessing the safety car will stay out 1 more lap. It's been out 3 laps, so it could come in this lap. So this or next lap, just because the pack... My only reason it wouldn't come in this lap is because the pack isn't backed up yet.
Alright, I sent him in right now.
And looks as though we're going for another lap of safety car, because the pack is not yet bunched up. Safety car will usually say it's coming. Lights will go out around about the exit to back. Around there. I had to do a lot of restarts around here in Monaco. I mean, it's Monaco at the end of the day, isn't it?
What you love to see, battery headset level low.
Spirit up 8 places off the start. So they have got the best start of everyone. So strong start from them, from the back of the grid up to P10. I don't understand. I can only imagine what happened to Rice, man. Because I was watching the leaders come up the hill, and in the background you could see a Campos like spinning, just like spinning up against the, spinning its way up the barriers. Yeah. Let's see what's going on. Last season it was a Campos 1-2 here. I'm doubting that will happen again with Riceman P7. But who knows what will happen. I'm guessing the safety car will be in this lap. So we will have 11 laps of racing, assuming there isn't another safety car. As there's Ferguson almost going alongside under the safety car there. On the exit of the tunnel, you often see people sort of getting a bit stacked up there. Purely because of, you know, heavy braking zone, blind. As yet, safety car is in this lap.
Safety car is in.
Jofi will lead the field. I'm going to keep an eye on his miles per hour. It sounds stupid, but I want to make sure he's not going to brake too heavily all of a sudden, because we had that once. He's going a bit quick at the moment, but he can now accelerate now. And we are back to green flag racing.
Nailed that.
Yes, he has, as he's all over the back of Jofi. But it's Monaco. Where'd you go? You could get the best restart in the world. If he had done that around Italy, he'd be passed by now. I can tell you that for sure. As always, all over the back of him at this stage of the race. Jofi's going to want to defend his way to the finish. As Cashin sets fast lap of the race. Cashin in clean air didn't actually catch up into the pack in time. So it's a tough sprint race for Cashin. But the sprint races around Monaco are basically impossible to win if you won the feature race. Because you're in the mid-pack, which is the worst place to be around Monaco in my opinion. I would probably rather be at the back of the pack than I would be in the mid-pack. Because in that mid-pack, you've got cars in front of you that you can't brake too late because you'll hit the cars in front of you. You can't brake too early because the cars behind you will hit you. It's chaos.
Ooh!
Getting very close.
Tapping the back of Jofi. There was a bit of contact there.
We've seen lots of that though. Oh, that's Jofi wide. Oh, he's a bit wide there through the swimming pool. Will that affect him? Ferguson is all over the back of him. Ferguson just sort of following at the moment. He looks like he has the pace because Ansoic goes all over the back of them. As Ansoic goes up the inside of the final corner now. And he has the position. Oh, but not a great exit though. Can he hold on to that as they're coming back now towards turn 1? Will Ferguson fight back? Yes, he will. No, he won't. As he backs out of it and sits behind for now. Now, coming up the hill. Ferguson dropping back a bit, which has put Bullet on the back of him. But it's not, I mean, he's not alongside, so he's not going to get past. Basically the rule of Monaco.
Harden double stack him.
That's not great for them. Miserable weekend for the team. Only the top 7 haven't pitted yet.
Ducky having a little look at Spirit there.
Bonnie's on the supers, that's questionable. They'd have to be fairly fresh if they're going to make them to the end. As now towards the Newville chicane. And so it goes all over the back of Jofi. He's going to go for it towards its back corner here. Up the inside goes, and so it goes. Jofi, oh, he's nearly in the wall there. But that was a great move there from and so it goes. And now up into the lead of the sprint race. That's a touring car term. It doesn't work so great in open wheelers.
Well, there's always going to be a bit of contact at Monaco, isn't there?
Yes, there is. It's fine in the game. In real life, that's how Pascal Wehrlein ends up upside down.
Yeah, Bunnies is in the pits.
Not a great race for him. Struggling a lot.
Buller with a penalty.
Jofi staying quite close to the back of Ansoa goes at the moment. Dropping back a little bit, but not as much as you'd expect from the pace difference they appeared to have earlier. Ferguson all over the back of Jofi's rear end. It's incredibly close here, but it's Monaco. If this was how close everyone was around a track like Monza, the racing will be insane. But I think Monza's maybe around 11 or 12, so we've got a long time to wait for that. Oh, not that long.
Okay, I'm
about
just
5
looking
races.
at the race director incidents.
Yes.
And first penalty is Rossi for a severe collision with El Toda. So
interesting.
Oh, I don't know how Ducky's in that.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm guessing the crash already happened ahead, and then Rossi's gone into it. Forever Sin is really trying to push here, but he's just tagged the wall a bit there. Just put Bullet on the back of him.
Rossi has 3 5-second penalties.
Bullet here, he's got a good chance at Forever Sin.
As Cashin gets trigger into Rashcast.
Forever Sin doesn't go for it, but all light breaking there from Max. The Forever Sin does get a penalty. Oh, Max can come under pressure here from Riceman, but up ahead it's Bullet. All over the back of Forever Sin now. Forever Sin pushed too hard trying to get Jofi, and is now 3 cars right up behind from Max. He's pushed that a little bit too hard, and he's now come under massive pressure from Riceman. Oh,
Jackson,
was that? Yes.
Be careful, you're lagging a bit. Oh,
up the inside goes Max.
Mulder.
He has a bit of damage there, but he gets, am I all right now?
Yeah, you're fine now. Oh, Forever Sin.
Oh, more contact. Big damage to Max, I'm guessing. As out wheel to wheel through the tunnel, Max. Yeah, I believe he has lost both his end plates at this stage. No, just the right hand side one. Trigger's crashed, and he's taken the Norwegian boy with him. And yep, I was right there as they get a severe collision penalty. And he's lost all his front wing by the looks of things. Oh no, he's got a bit there, I think. It's hard to tell. Yeah, he's got a bit of wood on the front of that. Oh, he's got actually quite a bit of his wing left, only missing his end plates. But still, not what he wanted. As this train of cars here, nose to tail, Forever Sin really holding them up. Where's his pace gone, Forever Sin? He was all over the back of Joe a few minutes ago. He made one mistake.
He had a tank stopper and lost end plate.
Got quite a lot of comments. I'll quickly check them.
Away, back up into the points.
Amazing, just amazing. Not far away from this battle, to be fair. Only about 6 seconds, so definitely possible that she could maybe...
She does have 2 penalties, though. 5 penalties.
For who? Cashin.
Cashin.
Oh, Forever Sin's wide at the hairpin. And that's allowed...
Ooh,
whoa, right, man, where did he come from? As now he's up the inside now, Buller goes wide. Buller's had to back out, let's check up a bit through the hairpin because of Forever Sin going wide. Safety car, safety car. That is for the Norwegian boy, I believe. Who has crashed at the final corner. That's my best guess as to what's caused it. He's got it going again, but he's lost his entire wing. As that is into the pit lane, Trigger. He may go, Trigger, man. He may have just put himself a lap down, which has put himself completely out of this race. Yep, he's a lap down. He's going to have to change his wing as well. As the Norwegian boy retires on track there.
He's crashed at Sandoval.
Yeah.
But that's probably on purpose.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Oh, he had no wing, so it might not be. But Trigger's messed up there. He may have had damage, to be fair, so in that case he had no choice. But there he's now he's put himself a lap down. And whoa.
Yeah. That's what I expected.
That looks weird.
I feel like he's just gone... He's gone no brakes pretty much.
It didn't look right. It looked like there was like a wheel, like the rear right looked damage on my screen. Yeah.
Ashton has 5 penalties, all on lap 1.
So maybe some of them get removed because
1 for a collision with Rossi, 2 for a collision with Rossi, another for a collision with Ducky, another 1 for a collision with Rossi, and 1 for a collision with Meek. All on safety, I'm pretty sure.
Interesting.
So she could get...
Charlie? Guys, if you're watching this, comment in the chat that you can still hear me. Please. I fear I may have lagged out. No. All good.
Jackson, my headset died.
You scared the life out of me. I thought I'd like.
Sorry, you haven't lagged.
And Eddie can hear me. That's good. That's good.
Sorry.
So, under safety car, it is a Charus leading up, and so it goes. You know, he just wants to kill the championship, doesn't he? He's too good. Like anything happens, other than Silverstone, anything happens, he seems to be there, just making his way through.
Who?
And
Max.
so it goes. And Max to be fair as well. Max, honestly, he could be an outsider for the title, because, again, he just always seems to be there. As Sugar retires in the pit lane, it's not been his day at all. Not his day.
Well, what do you expect? He absolutely hates this circuit, and he really gets that wrong, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really doesn't like it. I imagine he'll be saying hello in the comments soon. I hope so. It'd be nice to see Trigger watching the stream. Ex-Wood League F1 driver. So, after this safety car, who is your favourite for the win?
And so it goes.
Yeah, you'd be stupid to say otherwise, wouldn't you? It's Monaco, and unless he makes a mistake on the restart, which I find hard to see happening. He's very experienced in the league. He knows how to race, so I imagine he will be sort of quite confident on the restart. Maybe get a bit of a gap as collision penalties go back down the order.
Let's hope Trigger's AI pulls into a safe spot.
I thought the safety car shouldn't matter. I'm guessing it's going to go straight on at Mirabeau.
Yes.
Yes, it has. Good job there, Trigger's AI. Good to see you. Yes, Eddie, my internet is so bad. It is indeed. I'm getting an Ethernet cable tomorrow, which should fix it. Which will be very helpful. Because I think it's supposed to be like 500 Mbps. But because apparently walls get in the way of Wi-Fi, which makes sense. But apparently Virgin Wi-Fi only works in one room. Which I don't mind it getting weaker, but by a factor of, what was it?
We have another lap.
Okay. I believe that perhaps due to
Bunnies.
yeah, not quite being on the back of the pack. Just great, 'cause I'm getting a sore throat, which is so much fun to commentate with. Yeah, it's getting really good racing. Surprisingly good racing in Monaco today. We've seen some chaos, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of angry drivers. But for the most part, I'm very happy with what I've seen here today.
Angry drivers create entertainment.
They do indeed.
Especially in chat. I enjoy it very much.
I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather everyone would be happy. But
Yeah.
that is impossible.
If they're angry at me, then I don't like it, but... or if people take things too far.
Yeah. I don't mind people being annoyed at people.
Person.
I don't mind people being being annoyed at someone. I'm often finding myself being annoying. In life and in the game, to be fair.
Silverstone's here to be your two. First
but
one,
I did not do that. No, it was a racing incident between me and Dammers.
and then I got murdered in the process.
Yes, you did. In future, don't try and overtake us. That's what you should take away from that.
No, I can never overtake Dammers. He always hits me.
That Dammers there is the runner-up in our season Torpedo League F2. Who likes to hit Charlie.
Torpedo League cash driver now. My teammate.
Yes. Safety car is in this lap.
Safety car, yeah.
So it goes now the restart. Will he go a bit slower than perhaps?
Yes. He's going a lot slower.
I aim to go around 50 around here because the safety car does go quite slowly. Obviously,
White
being
claw
Monaco.
with a penalty. He's gone.
And it's a good restart there for Max, who's all over the back. Oh no, but he got a bad exit there from the final corner. And we're green in Monaco. And so it goes, leads the field into turn 1, Max P2. Another strong drive
Who's
from
that?
Max.
Speedy with a horrible restart.
Yeah, I believe it is.
I'm Jofi.
So guess who that's on the back of
Cashin now.
Speedy? On the back of Speedy. Cashin, will they go for the move into Casino Square? Oh, around the outside or not quite. Like, you'd have to be in an F1 car and an F2 car to make that move stick. They've gone for it. And Speedy's given room. Great move there. Great driving from Speedy. That was very good to see there, Speedy just not turning in. Because, like, it's so easy just to turn in there and spin yourself out. Because, you know, it's just so easy just to turn in on someone around here. Because it's so hard to give space. Because you give space, you're pretty much putting yourself in the outside wall. But Max, in other news, is keeping up with and so it goes. I mean, I know it's been one lap, but so far doing quite well. I love this camera angle. It is worse than the onboard, but it is a type of onboard. It's like I'm living life just in front of the left wing mirror. And we're going again.
Oh, I hate that one.
It's all I can see is the steering wheel. Like, if I wanted to see an onboard, I'd go to the onboard camera. That's my attitude to it. I wish I had more choice over the cameras. as
Yeah.
Riceman, close to the back of Forever Sin, but of course with no DRS at this stage, not going to be able to do anything, both with similar levels of damage. So, pace will be purely down to the driver. Opposite they come. Behind them, Buller and Cashin. Cashin around the outside, a bit of wall tapping there. But, all over the back of Buller, Cashin is absolutely flying. So quick. Where will they go for the move?
Oh, and so it goes has a penalty.
Oh, does Max?
So does Forever Sin. Max doesn't. Riceman has 2. Buller has 1. Cashin has
5.
excluding the lap 1. She has none.
You really can't do like genders, can you?
No.
There's all a bit of battling for her back, but into the chicane they go. Cashin up the inside. Bullet leaves perfect amount of room there. Bit of bang wheels there. Oh, more bang wheels.
Nothing really there, to be fair.
From there, it looks like Cashin's just gone a bit too quick and had to sort of swing the car back onto the racing line.
Yeah, I don't think that's a penalty though, as Buller hasn't really been affected.
Yeah, the one affected was Cashin, and yeah, from my view, that looked more like Cashin's fault. Looked like they went too quick and tried to get back onto the racing line, but Buller was there. So it's fine when you're on your own, but hard to do that when you're alongside with another car. So could Max get what I believe would be his first race win today?
DRS is now enabled. Oh!
Buller and Cashin's out.
Cashin, what are you doing?
What happened there?
She just didn't brake.
I mean, Buller is going to be furious at that, and to be honest, I don't blame him at all. Cashin, from the sounds of it, has completely taken Buller out of the race. As Cashin has left the session, what is happening there? I mean, if that was indeed Cashin just staying flat out, or just lifting off and not braking to take out Buller, I mean, that would be a race ban for me. Because you can't be doing that. You really can't be doing that.
Oh, Jofi and Whiteclaw making contact.
Got good scraps going on further down the order here. I've got to check the comments. Yep, Buller, as predicted, is not happy with the incident. Buller, if you could give us your view, that'd be appreciated.
Don't worry, I have an onboard.
There, crash out the chicane. And that is the, is that Whiteclaw out the race. Spirit up to P10. 8 drivers out of this. I mean, it's typical Monaco, really, isn't it? I mean, 2 of them wouldn't be out the race if, you know, brake pedals worked. And so it goes. Wins in Monaco over Max. Forever Sin P3, just ahead of Riceman. Speedy P5. Ducky P8. Neek P5. Speedy P6. Bunny's P7. Ducky P8. Jofi P9. And I believe Spirit P10.
Okay, I caught the tail end of it, but if you look at her telemetry, there's no brake.
Is there any lifting off, or is it just flat?
No, it's just flat.
So either her brake, throttle pedal stuck on. Buller saying if they race again, I'm not. Yeah, that. I mean, I'm not sure if I mean, at the end of the day, it's down to the stewards, but I'd say at least a race ban if that was a deliberate crash out, at least.
Alright, look in chat, I've sent it there.
I believe Manu has jinxed it by saying we'll have a female driver in Torpedo League F1 there. Thanks, Manu. Yeah, that's a great job there. Let's try and find the clip.
Oh.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, interviews will be Cashin, Riceman, and Max.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm excluding Cashin from that list.
Well, then it's Riceman, Max, and so it goes.
Let me just get the results. So, Riceman, Max, and so it goes. Your party owner, so I will let you get them.
I'll make it public. Actually, no, I won't. Can you let them know that I will be sending the invites?
Yep.
What's Riceman's username? Rice_man.
Yes. And then 12. You can just do it through the game, it's much quicker.
Can you?
Yeah, just view profile. I can do it if you want to. Make the party public, I can do it.
Okay, I've sent one to Riceman.
Okay, then.
I have Ansogas on my friends list, so I can easily do him.
I'll do Max then.
And I have Max in order as well.
Okay, I'll do them once we're back in the lobby. But
I've sent them invites.
we won't review cash, and just in case that was a deliberate crash out. So just to play safe, we will interview second, third, and fourth. Not what I wanted to do, but yeah, don't really know what Cashin did there. I'll try and see through the wave of messages I'm expecting.
Hello, and so it goes.
Hello, Rice Man. Just wait for the
Oh, hello
person.
there. Oh man, that was intense.
Okay, we need to find the driver that didn't know what the brake. Wait, no. Did she know what a brake pedal was or not? Let's have a look.
Well, she was using it.
Yeah. She said, I don't know, I was behind him, but my screen went black, apparently.
Do you want to invite her to the party then?
Sure, go for it. We'll have 4 this week. We'll break out Torpedo League F1's rule. I mean, he's not here.
What's her?
Let's go for it. Cashin, Avec, and Z, I believe. Don't ask me.
No.
So yeah. In the meantime, I'll say hello to our 3 drivers in the party. Hello to you all. There's only 2 of them, and Max isn't in. Was it Max that was the other driver that was supposed to be in? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, it was. Was it Max? Ignore me, guys. I'm a terrible commentator. Yeah. So it does look like Max will be in, as we have a commenter. Okay, they may have come straight off PS4. I do not know. Where's the emoji? There it is. Okay, sorry guys, just wait a minute. It's not a Monaco race without the car going flat out into turn 1, is it? And yep, she won't be able to do it because her power is shut down. So I'll get straight into it then. We'll start and so it goes. Talk through your weekend, just in general. Sounds about right with Torpedo League, to be fair. Yeah. Rice Man, how did your weekend go? Well, I mean, you did fun on the, so yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that may have been some.
Actually, yeah, you were the Campos that spun up the hill.
In the Arden, it was just stopped on track, and then I went past him, and I got a legal overtake, so I also slammed on the brakes, and everyone just went into the back of us.
Ah.
Yeah, that's what we thought would
That
happen.
was slightly my fault there.
Well, I don't think there's anything you could do there.
Yeah, I panicked, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Still a strong drive. As I pretty much said it after every or during every event now that you were one of the my title favourites going into the season, and have, no offence, but not delivered delivered on that at the moment. Sort of, you've shown
You've
pace.
had not that great luck though, have you?
Yeah. You've missed a
Yes.
couple of races.
Yeah, it's been busy with work and all that, so sad times, yeah.
Well, it's still showing good pace. Hopefully you can get a good result in the championship.
Yeah, thanks, yeah.
Well, the driver that is currently leading the championship quite dominatingly, and so it goes. He, I think, at the end of season 2, I think he had 7 retirements in a row. So it really shows how your season can switch in just out of nowhere. I just got another comment. Just a couple of the comments. First thing is to Bulla, if you're still watching. It sounds like her power went out, which is why she went straight into you. I mean, if after you win the feature race, your first thought isn't
Bulla
flat
wants
out
to be in the
into
chat.
I'm going to say no. just no. Just,
When the stream's over, we'll get you in.
yeah, we'll get you in then. We'll love to discuss it with you after the after the stream.
But
What else is
anything
there?
else you guys want to add?
Don't think so, no.
Sorry for the
Not really.
post-race interviews being a bit messy. It's a mix of the person that finishing first, not actually being able to join the party, and then Thomas
was
not
dodgy.
being here. So basically everything that could go wrong went wrong, and for all the tracks for it to happen at Monaco, I mean, does it get any better? But Monaco out of the way now, so hopefully, and I understand this will not happen, but hopefully the rest of the season will be lovely and clean now. Fingers crossed. I mean, Singapore is still on the calendar, and there are other street tracks, so it's not going to
That
happen.
was decent for Monaco. Not
It
gonna lie,
was.
the feature race went quite
Lap
smoothly, but the
1,
sprint race
the
was
sprint was a bit shambolic.
something else.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was bound to come, but I just think it was kind of miscommunication.
That
on
the
safety
game
car.
as well, how Norwegian boy went.
Yeah, they need. That is a
that
glitch
AI
that
glitch
needs
is
fixing. The fact that AI's jump at
Yeah.
the start is just a joke.
It's
And also
because
then-
they use the lights that are shown on stream.
Yeah. Also, the safety car incident, we'll call it that. The 4-car pile up at the corner before Casino Square. Need to learn that corner's name.
Before Casino Square.
Yeah. That corner there was that massive crash. Both MPs involved.
Isn't it?
It's,
What's that?
I believe it starts with an M, but I may be completely wrong.
No, I think you're right.
Because Malmedy's at Belgium.
Alright, well,
Anyway,
apart from discussing con names, is there any...
I think that's it for today's event. It's in 2 parts.
Usually
It's-
these things go on way too long, so I mean,
Yeah,
nice and short today.
yeah, nice and short. Yeah, if anyone wants to watch the qualifying, that's in a separate stream, thanks to my internet. Don't worry, I'm getting an Ethernet cable. We've improved
Oh,
the Wi-Fi
brilliant.
over the weekend, that's made it worse. And now we're getting an Ethernet cable, so knowing my internet, that will get worse again. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you to our top drivers for doing a very good job. And congratulations for doing a good job.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, I've once again made the same mistake as last week, where thinking my wheel was plugged in, and trying to end the stream on there. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, goodbye.